Hello people of the tube, and welcome to my 6-string journey. On this channel I am documenting my journey learning to play the electric guitar, and I have been quiet on the channel for the last few weeks. It is Saturday the 21st of August and we're getting on for about 8 weeks since I did an update, so I thought I'd better do an update. If you are expecting to hear me play the guitar, then that's not going to happen in this particular video. I've just been playing or practicing for about half an hour. My hand is starting to hurt a little bit, so I've taken a break. I am catching up with another Pink Floyd book. This one is Their Mortal Remains. Now, a little while ago, the Victorian Albert Museum did an exhibition of Pink Floyd memorabilia and a whole load of bits and pieces. I wasn't able to make the visit down to London to have a look, but I did get hold of the book and I'm enjoying just reading up on a little bit more of Floyd. So, the last 8 weeks, I guess a lot of you have probably thought I'd given up the journey. Far from it. Work has again taken over massively, and I'll cover that very briefly in this video. I won't go into too much detail, but as a diary note for me, a point in time for me, which is what this video is all about, I'm just going to cover that for when I look back. I've continued with the music lessons, which were up to 1 hour every 2 weeks. We have moved from doing sort of exercises and Michael picking up tunes and songs for me to learn, to me learning bits of songs that I really like. So we did the Joe Satriani song, which I'm continuing to play in my practice sessions a little bit. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and I've now moved on to something that is so far out of my comfort zone it isn't true. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing video updates, because I've been learning a lot of new techniques. I'm having to build strength and dexterity in my hands, which is proving interesting at the moment. And the progress on that is very slow. I am making progress, which is good, but it is very slow. The main reason for me being very quiet, not only on my channel, but also catching up with a lot of what you've been doing on your channels, those of you that I follow, is because of time. Work has very much taken over just recently. And I've taken the advice of many of you on this channel, and that is, rather than taking time to pull the camera out, to record videos, to edit videos and publish videos and all of the admin that goes around that, I've spent more time picking up the guitar when I can to practice and just to keep my hand in, because it still is something I really want to do. It still remains the hardest thing I've ever tried to do in my life, and it continues to be a source of frustration but immense pleasure, especially when you make that little breakthrough and something comes good. But I am suffering from not practicing enough, and the main reason for that is that I have been pulling double days, 16, 17-hour days to get a project finished. This project is never actually going to finish. It's clearly the biggest work project I've ever worked on in my life. The reason for it is frustrating but quite interesting, and I am going to spend the rest of this video now just touching on that work project and why I'm putting so much time and effort into that and away from spending time with, you know, sort of family and visits and playing the guitar, practicing and the like. So, without going into too many details, I work for a software company that produce applications for customers. I've been working with the UK government department for getting on for 30 years and very actively supporting their current system for the last 20 odd years. It's been a very rewarding and very enjoyable relationship, and the users are very happy with us and the work that we do. But a couple of years ago, back in 2019-ish, the powers that be higher up than the users that I work with decided that they wanted to modernise the system. It needed it. That was good. I was on board with that. The modernisation of the system went out to tender, and our customer was straight on to us. Can you please put your tender in, because we want to work with you, want to continue to work with you, you know the business, you know the way that we work, etc. And very, very, very annoyingly, the UK government put that tender out onto a closed tender forum. Now, we're signed up to lots of different forums to respond to tenders, and unfortunately we weren't signed up on that one. I tried and tried and tried to get registered so that we could tender for the business, and unfortunately it was not going to happen. I have my own thoughts about why and about the whole thing, the way that it played out. I'm not prepared to talk about those on camera, but yeah, read between the lines and you'll probably guess. Anyway, the contract was awarded. The new incumbent had about 8 or 9 months to spec the system, to design the system, build the system and deliver it. So I thought, okay, within a year it's going to be gone. Frustrated, disappointed, annoyed, all of those sorts of emotions, but there wasn't a lot that I could do. Fast forward a year, 18 months, and our customer is continuing to renew their licenses with us. And it's like, okay, well, what's going on? Because you're supposed to have had the new system in place. Well, you know, COVID hit and this hit and that hit and this hasn't happened and that hasn't happened. And reading between the lines, it looks like rather than speccing the system and delivering the system, it looks like they're only at the point of speccing the system with the first tranche of money, and then I can see that they're going to need to go back and get another tranche of money, another budget to do the development work. And bearing in mind this was supposed to have been in 2019 and we're now in 2021, I started to think, hang on a minute, we could have done this by now. And me being me, I threw my toys out the pram, and I have spent a lot of my own time over the last year or so building the system that I believe that they need and that I would want to deliver if I was going to be delivering a modern system. So I've been doing my day job, and then I've been doing another day in the evening and into the early hours of the morning to build this system. So long story short, I've built a proof of concept. We showed it to a couple of the users and they were blown away. It does an awful lot more than they were expecting and that they had specified for the new system in the tender documents, which I did get to see. And they're now interested in taking it to see how it will work in our environment with a view to potentially using it until the new system comes in, or hopefully further on. So when I did that initial demo, it was more what we in the trade refer to as sort of vaporware. There was a little bit of smoke and mirrors in there. It was all about showing what the system could do, how it would hang together, the types of features and things. So given that they were really keen, I then needed to spend a lot more time in getting it to the position where I can give them a copy. So that has then meant doing the development work in work time whilst doing my own job, and also after work. So we were now running into 16 or 17 hour days, pretty much Monday to Friday, also doing work over the weekend as well, and also doing all of the other things around the house that needed to do, which included decorating 2 rooms. So as you can probably imagine, when I stop work, I crash. The last thing I want to be doing is picking up the guitar and practicing, although it is the first thing I want to do. But realistically, I'll just crash in front of the television for half an hour and then sleep. Get up, work, crash in front of the television for half an hour, sleep, and that's the way that it's been going on. I'm pleased to say that we delivered a 200-page user guide to the prospect literally yesterday, and I am almost at the point now where I'm just punching data into the system. There's a few bugs to fix up, and then we're going to be delivering that to the client as a demo over the next week or two. So I'm hoping that by the end of August, I'm going to be at a position where the prospect is using the demo system. They'll start to feedback bugs and bits and pieces like that. But we will have a better idea of whether this project is going to run or whether it is going to flop and I'm being taken for a ride, because I could well be. They might just be wanting to get ideas for the new system. I'm not naive. I do know the way that things work, but the way that I've seen this is nothing ventured, nothing gained. I've put my heart and soul into this, and I'm hoping that either this client will take the product and we will also then take it to market, or even if our existing client doesn't, we will still take this product to market because it's probably going to be one of the best systems out there. So that's really why I have been neglecting keeping up with a lot of people out there. You know, David, with some of the stuff that he's been doing, and that he's got a new album out that I would love to catch up with, and I haven't yet. Buck and a whole load of other people. I'm not even going to try and mention everybody because there are too many of you that I follow and that follow me. I've been very quiet on your channels. I apologize for that, but I needed to get this project done and finished, and also practice the guitar when I could, because at the end of the day I'm paying good money for lessons and I really don't want to be wasting those. I am making headway, learning lots of new techniques. I'll be talking in the next video or so about my extreme difficulty is trying to get a squealy. That was 2 weeks that was out of all of this. And for the piece that I'm learning at the moment, or the solo that I'm learning at the moment, there is a squealy, we've got bends, slides, a whole load of stuff that is really taxing me. So anyway, that is this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, which I hope will come very soon. I'm probably going to record most of these videos today because I'm taking a down day. Family has gone out for the day. I've got a few chores to do, most of which are done, and in and around those chores I am practicing the guitar, building strength in my hands, and yeah, I hope to be showing you how I've got on with Joe Satriani's intro to his song, or as far as I want to go. I'll be talking about how I'm learning the new song, which is very much taking it in chunks, this chunking that we've been talking about. And I hope to be getting back to more regular videos about my lessons, and also the gear that I buy from time to time. And I haven't bought any gear in the last 3 months or so. That's another reason why we're a bit short on content right now. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is more of a diary note for myself for the future, but if you've made it to the end, thank you very much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me along and see how I'm getting on with the guitar, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm very grateful to all of my subscribers, and there will be a video on my 2-year coming up very soon as well. That one's going to be quite an interesting video that I'm planning and writing at the moment, so lots to come. In the meantime, thank you very much, take care, bye bye.